everyone, my name is Gabby, and welcome back to another Dragon Ball Super Review. This time reviewing episode 61. Black explains he's a Zamasu from the present time, protected from Beerus' actions by the Time Ring. After taking Goku's body and killing Kawasu, he traveled to Trunks' timeline and recruited the Zamasu there for help. They used the Super Dragon Balls to make Zamasu immortal, then destroyed them. Together, they worked to eliminating all mortals, their Zero Mortal Plan. Goku, Vegeta, and Trunks face off for battle. While the mention of how Black killed Chi-Chi and Goten spurs Goku enough to seemingly do some damage, Black keeps getting stronger, and Zamasu can't be hurt at all. Once Goku's defeated, they move on to Trunks, saying they chose to exterminate humanity slowly in this timeline as revenge for Trunks breaking the God's taboo of time travel. And it was only because of him saving Goku's life from the heart virus that Goku Black was even able to exist. Everything that's happened, they say, is all Trunks' fault. Trunks doesn't take this well. Or does he? All those emotions cause him to power up into something we've never seen before. So, what did I like about this episode? Well, first of all, obviously at the start of the episode, basically Goku Black and Zamasu do this whole big exposition dump as to what exactly Goku Black is, where he comes from, what this has to do with Zamasu, etc., why they're doing what they're doing. And, I've got to say, I think it was a pretty good reveal, like all of the reveal of Goku Black's origin. I think it makes sense. I mean, I'm actually kind of a bit sort of proud of myself because this was sort of what I predicted. I kind of thought that Goku Black was Zamasu from another timeline who had found Goku's body somehow and had somehow gotten to that timeline with the time ring. So, that's what I thought was going to happen. Is what happened, and I think it's a good explanation because it does cover all of the mysteries about Goku Black. There's no like big underlying things to be like, oh, so if this is the case, then why did this happen? Like, I feel like it has covered all of the big mysteries of the series, so I think it was a good mystery altogether. Also, it was really nice to see Goku get kind of pissed off and actually really motivated after hearing how Black killed Chi-Chi and Goten in his own timeline. It was a really nice moment that shows that, Goku sometimes he actually does care about his family, even if he has never kissed his wife before. I feel like it's been so long since we've seen Goku actually legitimately care about others and care about more than just fighting strong guys. I mean, especially in this arc. The issue is Goku's felt almost a little kind of selfish and a bit oblivious to all the issues that were going on throughout this arc. But this time he's finally like, okay, you know what? I'm tired. I'm not just gonna play around anymore because you killed my wife and you killed my son, and that is actually a big deal. I am going to care about it. So that was great. I'm so glad they did that. It was a really nice moment. Like, Goku was cool again. For like the first time in ages. Goku was like legitimately cool. But let's just talk about the elephant in the room, and that was Trunks' power-up, rage boost, something? I don't think anyone really knows exactly what's happened to him, but he's gotten some kind of power-up, seems to have like Super Saiyan Blue powers, and it's really, really cool. I just need to say it's really, really cool. I mean, like, first of all, I actually really like how it looks. I think it's actually kind of pretty interesting design. Second of all, I really like how it was sort of triggered. Like, it wasn't just like the usual cliche, oh, I'm going to kill someone you care about. Oh, now you've gotten pissed off. Great. It's like Trunks kind of gets this power up over it's almost like self-loathing. It's like this sort of realization that everything that's happened in this arc is sort of directly or indirectly has all been his fault, and he had no idea, and basically him trying to help things has just made things worse. And it's like, all those emotions kind of just spiraling out inside of him, and now he's just like, it just makes him really pissed off. Like, I don't know if he's more pissed off at Black or he's pissed off at himself, or maybe it's a combination of both, and it's like, I get this. I could get why this would trigger Trunks to get, like, basically a new form. And third, the really cool thing about it, I think not everyone's going to really think about, but I really like the precedent this sends that, weaker characters actually might be able to catch up, even just temporarily, actually get stronger during a fight. Because honestly, like, the power scale is one of the biggest issues with Dragon Ball Z. Like, the whole idea that, like, nowadays, that Goku and Vegeta are so much stronger than everyone else that there is no point of everyone else even trying because they're never going to catch up. But here, Future Trunks, who is probably not that much stronger than everyone else in the sporting cast, Future Trunks caught up from this weird kind of emotion rage spiral thing. So, if Future Trunks can catch up, they could do this to any character now. Preferably not in the same way, but this could happen. Like, they could bring characters who are weaker and then actually make them stronger. Give them a power-up. They gave a power-up to someone who is not called Goku and Vegeta. Can we just talk about how significant that is? Can we just talk about how unlikely I thought that was when I sort of got through sort of the movie retellings and the Universe 6 tournament. I never thought this was going to happen. And it happened to someone. It didn't happen to someone that I thought it was going to happen to. It happened to someone and it's awesome, okay? As for what I didn't like about this episode, well, let's be honest. The Goku moment was awesome. The Trunks moment was awesome. But I feel like, honestly, the way they were handled was kind of almost a little fanficky. Like, the way that it happened, that these characters seem to get like these kind of like power boosts, these like transformations, these things, and they kind of almost seem to come out of nowhere, and there's not much context given, and it's just like, hey, we've got to make the characters stronger, so let's just make them stronger because reasons sort of stuff. I mean, like with Goku, at least you can use the excuse that, okay, maybe Goku didn't actually get stronger. He's more like he just got kind of pissed off and determined and like actually taking things seriously, and that's how he kind of was able to do better against Black and Zamasu. But with Trunks, you know, he legitimately basically got a new form, but it was like really random and kind of out of nowhere. You know, there was no sort of foreshadowing that this idea that everything was Trunks' fault was sort of hanging over his head. Or at least there was no foreshadowing that that was something that he cared so much about that it was actually going to make him stronger. These moments were cool, but they felt a little forced at times. Like Toei knew what they wanted to happen, but they didn't know how they were going to get there, and they just kind of sort of forgot to do the explanations. Like, with the stuff with Goku's sort of power-up, if it was actually a power-up, but what would cause Zamasu to decide to totally just be like, hey, why don't we go and start telling him in graphic detail as to how I killed your wife and your son? Unless, like, you really, really wanted to rile Goku up, and then it's like, why would you want to do that? Is it just because you're a villain, because you're evil? You want to show how evil you are? Like, I just don't see the logic there. I don't see what would cause Zamasu to want to do that, other than just because he's evil. And then it's like, you know, with Trunks, the issue is sort of like, obviously we've had moments where Trunks has gotten really, really emotional before, but we never saw him get particularly stronger. You know, if Trunks' power worked like, I don't know, Gohan's or something like that, where Trunks can get like power-ups because he gets like emotional, then, you know, why didn't he get stronger after Mai's death? Or, you know, any other of the terrible things that have happened to him. He never got some kind of power-up then, but now he's getting a power-up, and I don't really know why. There's no real explanation so far as to why this is a moment that's important, and not all those other moments that happened to him. So as for next episode, looks like Trunks is going to be fighting off Black and Zamasu, while Goku and Vegeta retreat to try and actually come up with a plan, which, let's be honest, they probably should have come up with the first place before they even decided to go into the future, but that's another story altogether. As to what the plan is, I mean, people who know the spoilers know what's going on and what the plan kind of is. I'm still trying to figure out whether this is going to be like a Toei thing or not, because I thought this was like a Toei thing. Now I'm not so sure, but I mean, either way, I am interested, and I'm especially interested in seeing that apparently all of the supporting cast members are going up for cameos at least, so I don't know what they're all doing. Basically, I thought I knew what was going to be happening this arc, and it's always still constantly surprising me, so I've got no idea what's going on, but it sounds really interesting. So that was Dragon Ball Super episode 61. God, that was a badass episode. Like, I know this is the point where I should actually be like, come on, Gabby, you've got to be like critical and be like, no, these power-ups don't always necessarily make sense, but on the other hand, they're really cool, and also, most power-ups in Dragon Ball Z, if you really think about them, all have kind of levels of bullshit to them. You're just like, wait, really? Like, I don't buy this. Really? Are they really going to get this much stronger? Is this really going to happen? Are you really going to get this much stronger in this amount of time? This doesn't make any sense, blah, 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 blah. So it's like, I don't want to just tell you just be like, if you have a problem with this, just turn your brain off and just enjoy it. But that's what I was feeling like when I was watching this. It's like, okay, on the one hand, it doesn't really make sense. But on the other hand, this is so cool. Who cares if it doesn't make any sense? I know, I'm being a terrible critic, but whatever. Let's just have some fun. I want to have some fun. I had some fun from Dragon Ball Super. So I don't care, basically. So yeah, obviously, I'm really, really excited as to what's going to be happening next. Because, God, like all of the spoilers and like leaks for the next few episodes, they all sound so interesting. And God, this arc has gotten so cool. This arc is so cool. I am so excited. Look at me. It's like the first time in ages. I'm just so excited about Super. Like, it's awesome. It is awesome. So it's great. So this is Gabby signing out, and I'll see you all next week. Bye, guys.